request all the members of the 40 years batch to please come forward for the cake cutting. I request all the members of the 40-year batch to please come forward for the cake cutting. I request all the members of the 25 years batch to come forward for the cake cutting. I request you all to come to the main hall as we will be starting with the program shortly. I request you all, please come to the main hall as we will be starting with the program in the next 2 minutes. We are starting the program now. Greetings and warmest welcome to this illustrious gathering of ICT's luminaries from all over the globe. I am Adhya Chaugule, student alumni representative of the Udacity Alumni Association and your host for the evening. We are delighted to celebrate UAA's annual reunion day and UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Ceremony 2024 for the categories of academics and research and the UAA Young Achiever Award. This event is being held at ICT Mumbai and simultaneously being live streamed on YouTube. I would officially like to welcome all the alumni, the faculty and well-wishers of the institute and the larger ICT community. I would like to invite the Chancellor of ICT, Professor J.B. Joshi, UAA President, Mr. Vijay Sane, and the DA Award winners, Professor Prakash Mahanwar, Professor Vandana Patravale, Dr. Shishir Gadam, Dr. Rahul Varke, and Dr. Bhavin Patel to the dais. Professor Patravale will be joining us shortly. Thank you all. I request you all to kindly stand for the national anthem and the Maharashtra Geet.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा भीतीनं आम्हा तुझी मुळी कडकडणाऱ्या नभा अस्मानाच्या सुलतानीला सबाब देती जिभा सह्याद्रीचा सिंह गर्जतो शिवशंभू राजा
करीतून नाद गुंजला महाराष्ट्र माझा
जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा
काळ्या छातीवरी कोरली अभिमानाची लेणी
ओलादी मनगटे खेळती खेळ जीव घेणी
दारिद्र्याच्या उन्हात शिजला
विठ्ठलाच्या घामाने भिजला
देश गौरवासाठी झिजला
दिल्लीचेही
रक्तदानी तो महाराष्ट्र माझा जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा
Thank you all. I request you all to take your seats as we play the Vidyapit Geet of ICT.
देश तुझा जल्लोष तुझा संघर्ष नको संहार नको संदेश तुझा उपदेश असे रसायन देविके श्री रसायन देविके श्री रसायन देविके
विज्ञानाची एकच भाषा विज्ञानाच्या दाही दिशा
नको सीमा विज्ञानाया जैव रसायन मिलना
निध्यास हा मतिवर्धिने रसायन देविके
श्री रसायन देविके श्री रसायन देविके
नको प्रदूषित भूजल वायू विपुल अन्न उरंड आयु
नको प्रदूषित भूजल वायू विपुल अन्नन उदंड आयु
रोग नको अन नको त्रुटीही अखंड ऊर्जा निर्मळ पाणी
अक्षय हरिते जगत माते रसायन देविके
श्री रसायन देविके श्री रसायन देविके
बुद्धिमंत तू कीर्ति रक्षिके जगन्मान्य तू महन् मंगले
अभियंता तंत्रज्ञ कारिके शत प्रणाम हो तुझ नायिके
नवक्षितिजे नव चेतनादे रसायन देविके श्री रसायन देविके श्री रसायन देविके श्री रसायन देविके देविके
I would now like to invite Shri Vijay Sane, President of the UDCT Alumni Association, to address this August gathering. To begin with an introduction, Sane sir has been associated with UAA for more than 20 years. He is a chartered colorist and a fellow of Society of Dyes and Colorists. He has spent his entire career until his retirement in 2017 at Gharda Chemicals in Dombivli, working in the R&D sector. Alongside this, Sane sir has been visiting faculty at ICT since 2004 for BTech Dyes, B.Pharm and various MTech courses. Welcome Sane sir.
Thank you, Adya. So, on behalf of UDCT Alumni Association, let me welcome you all for the December edition of our Distinguished Alumnus Award Ceremony, where we celebrate the awards for three categories: Young Achiever, Research and Academic. Before we start the proceedings, let's remember the persons we have lost to infinity. Two doyens of chemical industry were both dear to our UDCT or ICT hearts. One is Shri Kishore Bhai Mariwala, who is our UDCT Alumni Association founder president, and Dr. K.K. Gharda, who both were philanthropists in their own right. Both had tremendous impact on the chemical industry, and both were quite helpful in all the aspects for the UDCT and ICT. Same time, we have lost Mr. Chitale, Mr. Nityanand, Professor Vikrant Chertukade, and Professor Rachel Bhalla. So, as a respect to the persons who have left us, we'll stand for a few minutes in the silence. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. So we'll start with the today's proceedings. Uh, some of you might be aware of what UAA is doing for the benefit of ICT. We are helping the students, we are helping the ICT in different departments. Let me take you through some of the projects. May I have the slide, please? So, so this is the one what we are looking at, providing support to various ICT departments. One is the lab upgradation, where we specifically cater to the undergraduate courses. We have various common equipments are listed out. Then there are certain specific requests for a particular department, which is only for that department. So we also take care of that. Then yearly, roughly, we about over the past what we have seen couple of years is about anywhere between 20 to 25 lakhs per annum. So roughly, it works about to be anywhere between 2 to 4 lakhs per department, and it's all the departments, including the common one, which is like general engineering, physics, chemistry, and mathematics also. So this is just a short summary of what we have been able to provide support to the various departments for your understanding. And this is, albeit no doubt, through the various donations from the alumni people like you, uh, where we are able to cater to the requirements of the departments. Next is the what we have taken recently is the infrastructure in the classroom upgradation, and we had identified typically three classrooms, a smaller one which is about 30-35 people, middle one which is about 50 to 80, and we have two large one where we have common lectures being taken place, typically the 140, this is the current strength, and it's H103. So can we have the figures, please? So this is the rough requirement for a typical size classroom, of which through Mrs. Rosari Biotech, we are able to start the renovation for H103, which is the bigger classroom. The work has started, and we hope to finish it by January first week, which will be operational. And this we have kept in mind that since we have only one KV auditorium, so that will act also stand by for any function if you have got two or three couple of functions at the being at the same time. This is for the ICT campus. We have looking at the hostel and mess facilities. So we are, for quite some time, we didn't have a proper ventilation for the mess people. So we have provided the chimneys. The expense was around about 4 lakhs. Then we are looking at two major ones, which we don't have a proper fire hydrant system, which probably like our big institute should be having one. And additional would be the rain harvesting system, whether it is possible. So these are the things which we'll be looking at later on. This is for the regarding with the students. Apart from the two in courses which we run, one for the postgraduate and one for the undergraduate, that is third year, we already completed about 8 batches for the undergraduate student, which typically start in end of December, and it runs for about 3 months, ending in March. And the second one, which for postgraduate course, which we talk about industrial R&D, how the R&D works, because they are in the postgraduate typically doing the research work. So they get the flair of how industry works, R&D works, basically, not only the academic. So they have got both the advantage of implementing some of the things which are good in the industry in their project work. Then we are looking at some industry academia core where the students can pursue their job with the help of finding a suitable research guide. They can do the master's or PhD here, but this is still in the pipeline. I'm just giving you what we are thinking of later on. And obviously the last one is the looking at the soft skill development, which is now it is always the competition being so much, so you need to have improvement in that course also. So that's about want to talk about what the UAA is in mind and subsequent courses, and we'll be obviously looking at other aspects also. Like for the courses, we are also looking at our alumni who are having spent much time in their industry. So if they have some flair for teaching, we would like to have them as a faculty for our courses, which are run by the UAE. And another part will be starting soon is which has been actually a pending one, that is the creating directory for the entrepreneurs. So we'll be in touch with alumni all again, to those who are in the first generation, second generation as well. The earlier one, the exercise was carried out in 1982. So till then we have a big gap. So we'll try to pursue that. That about whatever I want to say about UA. Thank you, Maresh, and welcome, and enjoy the networking. Thank you.
Thank you, Sane sir, for setting the tone for the day's proceedings. We now move ahead with the module of felicitating the achievements of the faculty, alumni, and students over the last 6 months. We begin with our very own Professor J.B. Zoshi. It gives me immense pleasure to announce that the Government of Maharashtra appointed Professor J.B. Zoshi, DAE, Homi Bhabha Chair Professor, Homi Bhabha National Institute, Mumbai, and also Emeritus Professor of ICT as a Chancellor to ICT Mumbai from 22nd June 2024 as per the GR dated 12 July 2024. I request Shri Vijay Sane to felicitate Professor Joshi. I now request the President of UAA and the Chancellor of ICT to felicitate the faculty and the alumni. The faculty of ICT received the following honors: Advantage India Chemical Conclave Award for the year 2024, Award for Best Contributor and Influencer in Academics and Student Industry Program, Professor Aniruddha B. Pandit, Vice Chancellor, ICT Mumbai. Unfortunately, Professor Pandit will not be able to join us today. Moving on, award for the topmost and best contributor and influencer in academic research and industry, Professor Ganpati D. Yadav, former Vice Chancellor, ICT Mumbai. He also received the Lifetime Achievement Award 2024 by Chirantan Rasayan Sanstha and also the Harit Urja Tapasvi Award by late Shri Sadashiv Rao Guruji Foundation at Kagal at Kolhapur. He was appointed as an independent director of Aztec Life Sciences and also chairman of an advisory committee in the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. He also featured in the Asian Scientist magazine as the Asia's most outstanding researchers. Next up, we have the award for Best Contributor and Influencer in Academics, Professor Padma V. Devarajan, Dean of Research and Innovation at ICT Mumbai. She also received the CRS Women Scientist Award 2024 from the Controlled Release Society, Inc., USA. She was also appointed as the chairperson of the National Innovation and Startup Policy 2024 Revision Committee. Up next, we have Professor Rekha S. Singhal, Department of Food Engineering and Technology, ICT Mumbai. She has been elected to the Fellowship of the International Academy of Food Sciences and Technology. Up next, we have Professor Anand V. Patwardhan, Department of Chemical Engineering, ICT Mumbai. He has been nominated as an external expert for the Research and Recognition Committee of Chemical Engineering of the University of Mumbai. Next up, we have Professor Sadhna Sathe, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Technology, ICT Mumbai. She has published an insightful article in the renowned Tarun Bharat newspaper. The article title was Serve the Country Through Pharmaceutical Sciences. It showcases Professor Sathe's exceptional expertise and valuable perspectives on pharmacology, contributing significantly to our understanding of the field. Professor Sathe has not been able to join us today. Next, we have Professor Amit P. Pratap, Department of Oils, Oleochemicals and Surfactant Technology of ICT Mumbai. He has been inducted as a Director, Fineotex Chemical Limited, Non-Executive Independent Director. Next, we have Dr. Anand Ramakant Kapdi, Department of Chemistry, in collaboration with Université d'Orléans, France, has been selected and invited from 11 June till 10 July 2024 for delivering 2 lectures for PhDs and research talks at different universities in France, coupled with a research collaboration. Alexander von Humboldt Foundation, Germany, has sanctioned a research project between Dr. Kapdi and Mueller Group at the University of Greifswald under the Research Cooperation Linkage Program. Next, we have Dr. Prajakta Dandekar Jain from the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Technology, ICT Mumbai. She has been honored with the OPPI Women Researcher Award 2024. She was also honored with the Dr. Dipti M. Kapoor Endowment Award 2024 from the Society of Alternatives to Animal Experimentation in collaboration with PETA India. Next, we have Dr. Shraddha S. Tiwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, ICT Mumbai. She mentored students who participated at the 56th International Chemistry Olympiad 2024 held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Next, we have Dr. Yatin U. Gadkari, Assistant Professor at ICT IOCB. He has received the prestigious 2024 International Young Scientist Research Project by the Korean Society of Ginseng. Next, we have Dr. Akshay S. Rane, Department of Mathematics, ICT Mumbai. He has received the high-level scientific fellowship under SSHN program from the French Embassy for a period of 2 weeks to do research in France. Up next, we have Dr. Siddhesh Kamath, one of our alumni and also Young Achiever Awardee from the Department of Biology, Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, ISER Pune. He has been awarded the Infosys Prize 2024 in Life Sciences. Up next, we have Dr. Vinayak Namdev Kalekar, student of Professor P.D. Vaidya, Department of Chemical Technology, ICT Mumbai. He has been nominated for the IICHE Award for the year 2024, Dr. A.V. Ramarau's Foundation's Best PhD Thesis and Research Award. Up next, we have Ms. Lakshmi Venkatesh for writing a book about her experiences as a woman engineer. The book is called Face the Day with a Song and is available on Amazon. I request Ms. Lakshmi to enlighten us with a few words about her book as well.
So I graduated in chemical engineering in 1983. So it was a time when there were very few women in UD City. But what was more tough was just getting into the industry. The industry just didn't want women. I mean, full stop. That was the end of the story. Quite unlike now, when all the MNCs are scrambling over one another to increase their diversity ratios and show to the world that they are as welcoming. So, added to that, I joined the oil and gas industry. And I've probably been to places that no sane person would go to, right? All the deserts of Abu Dhabi, Kuwait. In fact, the book I've written, if you see the back cover, that's in Algeria, very close to the Libya border, Kazakhstan, Oman, where the oil is found. So I thought it's very important for women to have role models that they can look up to say that if she could do it, I can do it. There is a lack of role models, women in engineering, in core engineering in India. And that's what motivated me to write that book. And I think it's also very important that men read that book because I think all of us have a lot of conscious or unconscious bias against women in the industry. And it is very important that they get to hear the woman's side of the story. So I'm very passionate about diversity, as you would have understood from the last few sentences that I've spoken. And if any of you want me to come into your organization, give a talk on diversity, on inclusion, I'm very, very open to it. The books are also available in the table in front. So I do hope you take a copy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. Up next, we have Dr. Shamlan Reshamwala, Faculty Coordinator for ICT's team Carbonova. They have performed extremely well in Biomod 2024, an international biomolecular design competition hosted at the Kyushu Institute of Technology, Fukuoka, Japan. Along with him, I would also like to call the students of the team Carbonova, Devansh Sangvi, TY Kemench, Ishira Gupta, TY Pharmatech, Abhik Chattopadhyay, TY BPharm, Harish Raj Arumugam, TY BPharm, Hemang Khandagale, SY Textiles, Agastya Prakash, SY Kemench, Sarthak Kare, SY Oils. Team Carbonova was part of the Jamboree held on November 21st to 23rd, 2024, competing with 15 other teams from 10 different countries. The team earned the following accolades. Second runner-up overall combined score, recognizing their impressive overall performance. Based on the wiki page, YouTube video and presentation by the teams, points were allotted, based on which the top 3 winners were announced. Best Website Award, first page, for exceptional project idea, documentation, and effort. As part of the categories awards, our team's wiki page was awarded the first place. Gold Project Award for outstanding project content. Based on the overall performance of every team, the projects were awarded either gold, silver, or bronze project award. Congratulations, team. The Faculty of ICT has also been recognized in the Stanford Elsevier Top 2% Scientist list for the year 2024. This prestigious honor highlights their outstanding contributions to research and scholarship in their respective fields. I am pleased to announce the names as follows: Professor J.B. Joshi, Professor A.B. Pandit, Professor G.D. Yadav, Professor Parag Gokte, Professor Manoj Gawande, Professor N. Shekhar, Professor V.K. Rathod, Dr. Aniket Gade, Professor Vandana Patravale, Dr. Shalini Arya, Professor Rekha Singhal, Professor B.N. Bhange, Professor Uday Annapure, Dr. Roji Wagmare, Dr. Aarti More, Professor R.R. Deshmukh, Professor Lakshmi Kantam, Professor Prashant Kharkar, Professor Mangesh Teli, Dr. Chandrakant Holkar, Dr. Surjit Some, Dr. Neetu Jha, Dr. Ramakant Naik, and Professor Pradeep Vavia. This recognition not only reflects the hard work and dedication, but also enhances the reputation of our institution. Let us take pride in the achievements and continue to support each other in the pursuit of excellence. UAA has been assisting both the UG and PG students of ICT with its certificate courses to enrich the quality of their industrial learning. It runs a certificate course on practice of chemical technology for the UG students and certificate course for industrial research and development for the PG students. Recently, the course for the PG students has been completed, where students were exposed to the vital differences between academic learning and industrial research and development. On behalf of UAA, I congratulate all those who have secured high grades in this course. The top performer of this CCIRD course is Ms. Kashmira Patil, who has bagged first prize in this edition of CCIRD. I would also like to congratulate Ms. Twinkle Bhangale and Mr. Tejas Agrawal, who have secured joint second place. I request all the CCIRD students to come up on the stage for a group photo. Today, as a part of our celebrations, we have with us two batches of ICT that are celebrating the special milestone of their 25th year and 40th year reunion. I would like to call to the stage the representatives of the 40th year batch, Mr. Shirish Sankhe, followed by Mr. Nazir Bhore, to speak a few words on behalf of their batch.
This is the 40-year batch, 1984. 2025 of us are getting together in Lonavala from tomorrow for 2 nights. So we thought it will be good to be here. I'm Shirish Sankhe, and I would like to introduce just quickly Nazir Bore, Sanjay Chaugule, Mr. Bhagwat, Sunil Bhagwat, Magan Kakaria, sorry, Sanjay Warke, Debashish Chatterjee, and Anil Mehta. Okay. On behalf of this batch plus our colleagues who could not be there, we would like to also announce a gift of 40 lakh rupees to UDCT. I know Professor Pandit said it should be 40 crores. Yes, we are making progress towards that, but it's Marathi has a proverb called "Phul na phulachi pakli," so therefore we start with this and we will continue to work. We'll just speak for one minute each. Nazir will also quickly mention. So UDCT really prepared us and we have very diverse type of careers. I, for example, after my PhD working for ExxonMobil, went out and went to McKinsey and Company. And many of my colleagues stayed in chemical engineering, but many of them did not, right? And it's a very fascinating list of careers that we see. But UDCT prepared us very, very well. I still remember that within 6 months of going to Purdue, we had a PhD qualifier exam. And the UDCT training was so good that I got full marks in that PhD qualifier exam, whereas many American students struggled dramatically. We had great fortune to be taught by people like Professor M.M. Sharma, Professor J.B. Joshi, Professor Rajadhyaksha, Professor Chandalia. So we were direct students and consider ourselves very fortunate. As a batch, we also instituted an award called Professor Rajadhyaksha Best Teacher Award. And I don't know whether it's still continuing, but that was something that we put together. And again, very fortunate to be part of UDCT. So therefore, we are here. We would like to help going forward in whatever way. We do think UDCT students are excellent, but at the same time, we can perhaps help in the overall development, especially beyond academia. And the batch is ready to help forward, including many of the things we do in many of the institutions that we represent. So that's an offer of help. And with that, I would like to just hand over to my colleague, Nazir Bore.
Good evening. My name is Nazir Bore, and I'm delighted to say a few words about how UDCT has shaped my career in a small way. All of us have different experiences. After UDCT, I went and did my PhD at Delaware, and then I joined Mobil, which is now ExxonMobil, and I've been with them for 36 years. During these time, I would say the common theme of UDCT background was foundation, deep foundation, which really helped me, whether my role was in research or development or tech service or operating refineries or chemical plants or doing business level planning or others. But it's also within the context that the world is not staying still. Over the last 30, 40 years, there have been huge transformation about how information is accessible to all of us, how inputs to technology is now democratized because the inputs like talent, funding, and testing facilities is now available. And what UDCT did was get us the foundation so we can find out what are the areas where we can contribute and be good citizens of the world and society and bring solutions to our current challenges in the world. So my suggestion to you is that you, students, faculty, graduate students, undergraduate, have a great platform for learning here. So, and I hope you feel optimistic and really, given this chance, you can find solutions to the world. And I encourage you to continue on this journey and have a dialogue with us around how we have used this experience. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sirs, for your enriching address. I would also like to call upon the representative of the 25th year batch, If there is anyone who would like to come up on stage and speak a few words on behalf of their batch.
Thank you. I'm Prashant Girbane. I'm speaking on behalf of 22 of my classmates who are here today, who studied here from 95 to 99. I think all that we would want to say is a huge thanks to all the faculty here, especially we can see Professor Yadav, of course, Professor Sharma, Professor Joshi, Professor Bhagwat, and many others here. Thank you so much on behalf of all of us. We would be very, very happy. And what the batch of 40th year has done, this definitely has got us thinking about what we should do and contribute. So, Shirish, thank you so much for leading from front. And great being here. Many thanks, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to request our esteemed Chancellor, Professor J.B. Joshi, to address our ICT community.
Most revered teacher of all of us, Padma Vibhushan Professor M.M. Sharma, Padma Shri Professor J.D. Yadav, Presidents of Alumni Association, Professor Dr. My dear friend Yogesh Kothari, Ravi Raghavan, Professor Padma, Shri Mahendra, Shri Dilip Udhas, Shri Sane, other distinguished people, particularly Vice Chancellor of Solapur University, Professor Manwar, and other distinguished alumni, and Professor Vandana, dear alumni, recently, NIRF rankings have been published. And whatever lecture I am giving is on behalf of Professor Pandit. We discussed very closely together, and there were some observations. What we thought was, about 10 years ago, I was very close to the teaching ability of our professors, particularly in chemical engineering, Sunil Bhagwat and Vilas Gaikar and Anuruddha Pandit and Ashwin Patwardhan and Vishwanath Dalvi, and sometimes I was also teaching. We were doing excellent job. And students remember all of us. That is part one. Another review has come where 10,000 best scientists of India have been listed, and number 1 and number 2 are from ICT. You also heard the names of teachers who are in top 2% of the world. That also, and there also we heard about 20 names. So though these positives are there, what we thought was, let us learn something from this ranking. So one quick observation was, the number of PhD students, that number has reduced. The industrial consultations as well as industrial projects, those have also reduced. And our third observation was, this was skewed the number of PhDs per person, maybe 50% PhDs were done by 10% faculty, and 90% consultation was done by 20% faculty. So how to address this issue? If we start with increasing number of PhDs, say for example, then we took one process intensification as a project. And many industrialists from that sector, they met us, and we promised them that you will get substantial increase, at least 20% increase in your profitability. And we have been promised 50 PhD students under that category. There is a Hindustan Mittal refinery in Bhatinda. Their technology officer met me, and later on CEO also met me. And then we found how many, whatever. So there were 37 effects in which we can increase in profit. So 30 sen, we definitely do have earlier experience. We had taken initially 13 and then 35 problems of atomic energy, and they were distributed among all the faculty, and they had given 100 PhD fellowships. So similarly, I want to increase the, I means, let us say we, whenever I say I, that will be we. We want to increase the number of faculty who become engaged. So they will be, younger faculty will be encouraged, and they will be guided by the senior faculty. I will be also there. So they have 37 problems. Process intensification has 50 problems. I take every year my PhD students for picnic. And 1 year I forgot myself. And therefore students came to me and said that, sir, let us have a picnic. So we normally go to the places of beautiful nature, and we selected Sindhudurga as a district. We went there for 3 days, saw places of interest, that is Sindhudurga and Vijayadurga, and lot of forts and places of historical interest. But while walking, the students pointed out to me that the fruits of cashew nuts, they're falling everywhere and in big number. And then the students, they asked me, sir, this is a huge wealth and is becoming a source for climate change. We should do something. Tell us something. I said that I never wanted picnic. You wanted picnic. You saw the problem, so you should solve the problem. So they met the local revenue department and collector and found out that the fruits being lost are 21 lakh tons. 21 lakh tons. And in last 50 years, many industries have come and they have seen that the business is not profitable. Because 22 kilograms of fruits are required for making 1 liter of ethanol, and at that time 47 rupees was the cost of ethanol. So 22 kilos, 2 rupees for the farmers, 44 rupees raw material cost, and 47 rupees is the selling price. Recently it has been made 62, but even then 44 to 72, anybody will understand it is not economical. So this much information collector gave, that. So there was one possibility, somebody told me that Feni sells at 200 rupees. So you make Feni out of this. I calculated material balance, I have been teaching for several years, and 21 lakh tons, if you make Feni, then everybody needs to drink 1 liter Feni every day. So that was also not profitable. So the students then later on, they wanted some solutions. They thought that they will analyze. And there were very, very valuable components in that. Vitamin B, vitamin C, soluble fibers, tannin, polyphenols, anacardic acid, and so on, which required, after performing experiments of separation and purification, some initial design was done, and personally, I have done scale up plenty times. And the way in which method was developed, the capital cost was 60 crores. But the local minister in charge, he was so excited that there is something wealth generation in our district, so let us do something. So he took 2-page note from me and he presented the ministerial committee. They also saw wealth is being generated. They sanctioned that monies with only one condition, that 10% be collected by local people and remaining 54% by Maharashtra government. Following that, there was a budget session and finance minister also agreed to that. Our confidence in the technology has been very good. But personally, what I thought, collecting 6 crores, that problem was simplified by the local bank, Sindhudurga Cooperative Society. And I spent good amount of time there and held a get-together of leaders of 6,000 farmers, that we need to collect 6 crores. Can we collect 6 crores? The vice chairman of the local bank, Sindhudurga Cooperative Bank, he was sitting here. He said, the project looks so profitable that let me give 10,000 rupees to each farmer and let us have 6,000 shares and this way collect 6 crores. So everything was in order. But personally, I was not very happy with 60 crores investment. I suggested to the students to do research still further. In this particular project, our own Professor Rekha, Professor Prakash, Professor Vishwanath, all of them, and retired President of Reliance, Mr. Anil Kelkar, all of them are contributing. So we are always on the ground, our feet are on the ground, we know what we are doing. So the chromatic graphic separation method, that was demanding a lot of money because the column diameter itself was more than 1.5 meters. And I'm having, I don't know. So from 60 crores, it was decreased to 50 crores and now 40 crores. And we are hitting at 30 crores. When it is made 30 crores, the IRR is 25%. Payout period is less than 3 years. So we don't need, bank is ready to give all the 3 crores. Now we want to train local people, and local people don't know finance. They don't know marketing. They don't know human management. So all these challenges are there. Personally, I don't know the answers, but fortunately, I know plenty people, our own alumni, they will help me in this. The lesson we got from this is go to any district, and we indeed went to Nandurbar, the northernmost district, and there was a problem. We went to Chhattisgarh, and there is also problem of bamboo, huge quantity of bamboo, and they don't know what to do. Therefore, we developed a process of pyrolysis, scaled it up, and made it again very, very economically attractive. With one, of course, very important objective that let that be used by local people. If we are giving 2 rupees for the fruit, the number of fruits grown per hectare are 20 tons, so they will get 4 lakh rupees. Similarly, this bamboo, I am offering 5 rupees per kilo of bamboo, and then they will get 3 lakh rupees. The present cash crops like sugarcane or any other grapes, they don't give this much amount of money. So what I am arriving at is, our starting point was to increase the number of PhD students and try to reduce the skewed behavior and increase the association and collaboration with industry. This which we started and found that society is a good idea. First of all, it will increase the per capita income of the poor people. That is one. Local jobs will increase. This fruit business is going to increase the job by 2 lakh. I'm not going to tell you the total story of the pyrolysis, but if it is done nationwide, then there is a possibility of 2 crore jobs. And again, 50,000 rupees increase per capita income. So, HMEL, 50 PhDs. We wanted 200 PhDs that will satisfy our NIRF ranking very well. And they are solving the problem. One point I must emphasize and tell you, maybe again and again, the quality of students is very good. Those who are coming and trying to, and interestingly, students, boys and girls, they want to solve social problems rather than taking the classical chemical engineering problems. But I see to it that there has to be a fundamental chemical engineer. We cannot solve the solution. I have been working with DAE last 15 years, and I have modeled and simulated all the types of nuclear reactors. Graduated about 20 PhDs, and other than flow pattern, the simultaneous flow, two-phase flow, and heat transfer in all types. Therefore, what I thought, starting point is increase number of PhDs, have a connection with industry, and reduce the skewed variation. So, we are considering to start, we have earlier relationship with DAE. We are hopeful to take another PhD, 50 to 70 PhD students, and design SMRs, small reactors and micro reactors. We know that business, we know that challenges are there everywhere, but we also know that we can overcome all the challenges. We developed technology for CNT, and hence the bulletproof jackets. We are making 130,000 per year, and entire purchase from outside has stopped. And now that capacity we can export. So we want to develop another expertise in these nanoparticles and their composites. Recently, we had a success. This problem was suggested by Professor Sharma, whether we can increase the length of the blade of windmill, how much we can increase. So right now, there are windmills of 1 megawatt, half megawatt, etc. So we increase by 4% the properties of blade so that it can be used. And then inside, I felt that let me make one windmill of the height of Eiffel Tower and make a blade which is equivalent to Eiffel Tower. No harm in dreaming, no? And we are moving in that direction, trying to get those properties. We have made process, commercial process graphene. We have given it to industry. And I'm sure our graphene is 20 times cheaper than the international prices. We will capture entire world because of the cost of production. The simplicity in selecting the catalyst, removing the impurities after the catalyst is made. And these composites are now for cement. The cement walls is one, but I thought cement roads is a good idea. And quickly we are developing technology for potholes. I can keep on telling you, the point was there was NIRF ranking, and it told us to introspect again and again. And number of PhD students in the activity are totally 200. And I explained about 4 or 5 things so that we can solve this problem of NIRF. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Joshi. That was quite an enlightening address. Always a pleasure to hear you speak. Honorary membership of the UDCT Alumni Association has been started in 2018 to honor non-alumni who have extensively contributed to the growth of UDCT or ICT and chemical engineering and technology profession in general. I am extremely pleased to inform you that the previous honorary members include Dr. Anil Kakodkar, Shri Nadir Godrej, Shri Rajubai Shroff, Srimati Sandra Shroff, Dr. Kamachi Mudali, and Dr. Sanjeev Singh. It is a pleasure to announce Shri Deepak Mehta, Chairman and Managing Director of Deepak Group, and Shri Sunil Chari, Managing Director of Rasari Biotech Limited, as new honorary members of the UAA in 2024. Unfortunately, they have both been unable to join us today, so their felicitation will be held separately on another day. Now, I would like to call upon Ms. Adya Parab from first year B Farm to amaze us with a musical performance.
दिल चीज क्या लीजिए। दिल चीज क्या है आप मेरी जान लीजिए। बस एक बार मेरा कहा, बस एक बार मेरा कहा मान लीजिए। बस एक बार मेरा कहा मान लीजिए। दिल चीज क्या है आप मेरी जान लीजिए। इस अंजुमन में आपको, इस अंजुमन में इस अंजुमन में आपको, इस अंजुमन में आपको आना है बार बार, आना है बार बार। दीवारों दर को गौर से, दीवारों दर को गौर से पहचान लीजिए। दीवारों दर को गौर से पहचान लीजिए। दिल चीज क्या है आप मेरी जान लीजिए। माना कि दोस्तों को नहीं, दोस्तों को नहीं, माना कि दोस्तों को नहीं दोस्ती का पास। लेकिन ये क्या कि गैर का, लेकिन ये क्या कि गैर का एहसान लीजिए। लेकिन ये क्या कि गैर का एहसान लीजिए। दिल चीज क्या है आप मेरी जान लीजिए। नहीं है कुछ भी, मुश्किल नहीं है कुछ भी अगर ठान लीजिए, मुश्किल नहीं है कुछ भी अगर ठान लीजिए। दिल चीज क्या है आप मेरी जान लीजिए, बस एक बार, बस एक बार, बस एक बार मेरा कहा मान लीजिए, मान लीजिए, मान लीजिए। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Adya. That was an absolutely wonderful performance. To conduct proceedings from here on, may I invite Mr. Milind Talati, Chair of the Search and Selection Committee for the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Awards. He is a board member of the UDCT Alumni Association.
Thank you, Adya. And thank you, Adya, again. That's a wonderful performance. So, folks, this is it. Dignitaries on the dais, our beloved Chancellor, Professor J.B. Joshi, President of the UAA, Vijay Sane, the Board of Governors of UAA, this year's award winners who are all here today, Professor Sharma, Professor Yadav, various other professors who are here, many also DA award, previous DA award winners I can see here in the audience, Shirish Sankhe and team of the 40th year batch, Prashant Girbane and team for the 25-year-old batch, fellow alumni and students. So it's my pleasure to welcome you all here for this year's presentation of the DA Awards. So UA Association, we are 35 years old now. It's a cherished tradition to have these various awards. And what are they? As Vijay partially mentioned, we have the awards in the professional category, in the entrepreneurial category, extramural category, which are given during the UAA Foundation Day in May. And in December, in the reunion day, we of course celebrate the awards of, as you know, the research, academics, and the UAA Young Achiever Award. Now, what goes behind these awards? What happens exactly? How are they all here today? It'll be just interesting. Give me a minute for that. So we invite nominations from our alumni for applying for these awards. And we have simplified the process that the nominations are accepted anytime during the year. We, of course, send out mailers and publicize this to receive nominations. This year, something different was done. And what was that different this year? We appointed a global search committee. So various distinguished individuals from various continents, be it the US, Europe, Southeast Asia, we spoke to several such distinguished people and we constituted a search committee to please unearth those gems who are there serving across the world, and let's identify them, let's felicitate them here for these awards. So that is something that was done extra this year, and we did get a lot of good names. Here I need one support from you all. And what is that support? We've got a lot of names. Unfortunately, we don't have the contact details or the email IDs. So if you, those present here, those online, if you could provide us names of such gems across the globe with their contact details and email address, it'll be nice for us to reach out to them. So once these nominations come in, we then look at them, see that they are as per the criteria. And by the way, the criteria for the nominations is well publicized, very transparent. It's mentioned in our website. So it is exactly as per that. And then what happens next? We constitute 3 different scrutiny committees, one each for research, for academics, for the young achiever. So these are also distinguished members in the sense they are also ex-DA award winners. And we request these scrutiny committees to scrutinize the nominations and shortlist whom they think should be there. The next step, we then have a selection committee which constitutes of the Vice Chancellor of ICT, Vijay there, me, and also a couple of other very, very distinguished members to finally select the award winners. So that's how we come to the process of the award winners. So it's my duty here to thank those various committees, the Global Search Committee, the 3 scrutiny committees, and the selection committee members to help out in finally coming and identifying the gems that we see here today on stage. Now, before we go to the next part of the program, sincere request to the award winners. Please keep, I know you have lots to say. We also want to hear a lot from you, but please keep it to 3 to 4 minutes in the interest of time. And spouses who are present here, please do come when the presentation is being played. Please do come on stage. And after being felicitated, you could then occupy your chair again. So this is it. We now come to the first award. And this is, let me go from bottom up, which is the UAA Young Achiever Award. So UAA Distinguished Alumnus Award for Young Achiever. And this award goes to Dr. Bhavin Patel. So Dr. Patel has done his PhD biotechnology from ICT in the year 2019. He's a co-founder and the CEO of Ipsum Life Sciences LLP. So we will start by viewing a very brief presentation about him.
कहते थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू देंगे वही सलामियाँ दिल थाम के जहाँ देखेगा एक दिन तेरी भी कामयाबियाँ करके दिखा कमाल वो आके ज़मीं पे दे के जाए आसमां शाबाशियाँ 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 शाबाशियाँ
Please come forward. Please come forward. Yes. Please give them a big hand. Okay, can I now request Dr. Vaishali Kulkarni, member BOG, to come on stage and read out the citation for this award.
Sorry for the interrupt. Congrats, Bhavin. Dr. Bhavin M. Patel, a professional par excellence, has been responsible for the great esteem in which his alma mater, the Institute of Chemical Technology, is held due to his high degree of integrity, commitment, and professionalism. Dr. Patel obtained his MSc Biotechnology in 2012 and followed it up with PhD Science in Biotechnology in 2019 from ICT. While doing his PhD at ICT, he co-founded Ipsen Life Sciences LLP, a technology-driven organization where currently he holds the position of co-founder and CEO. Dr. Patel has always believed in successfully translating from the lab to market in the area of life sciences and chemical technology. Dr. Patel has assisted companies in India for production of various molecules, which include specialty chemicals, therapeutic proteins, peptides, and monoclonal antibodies. His company is specialized in production of natural vitamin E and phytosterols, as well as the anti-malarial drug artesunate. The company's state-of-the-art R&D center runs 24/7 and has capability to handle research on biotechnology, fermentation, biological science, and chemical science. The center keeps the company commercialization pipeline flooded with new innovations. Ipsum is also the partner for Mitsubishi Chemical Corporation for Indian business of purification materials. Dr. Patel has been conferred several awards and honors like Young Innovator in Bioprocessing by Bioprocessing Society of India in 2014. He is a technology developer by Central Institute of Fisheries in 2020 and a technology commercialization in Mitsubishi Corporation in 2023. He has been inventor of 2 patents which have also been commercialized. Dr. Patel has been supporting ICT in many ways. He was the head of entrepreneurship cell at ICT during his doctoral studies. In Jan 2020, he gave a session of entrepreneurship to an e-cell event of ICT, and in July 23, he was a committee member in the Roundtable Conference for Policy Framework related to National Deep Tech Startup Policy. ICT has benefited greatly from the image of Dr. Bhavin Manubhai Patel and holds him in high esteem for his accomplishments. In token thereof and in recognition of his contribution towards enhancing the prestige of ICT, it is duly resolved to bestow upon him the UAA Young Achiever Award on this day, 21st December 2024.
Thank you, Vaishali. May I request Chancellor and President to please honor the DA Award winner. Yeah. Can I request Vaishali to present a shawl to Mrs. Patel? Thank you. Bhavin, over to you now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm really thankful to ICT for recognition of this hard work that we have done after passing out from here. I will tell you a small story. I came to ICT first time in 2009. There was a competition in ICT named as a young students choice competition, okay, where the problem from the industry was coming to the ICT and students were given the opportunity to solve those problems. So as an outsider student, I came for that competition and I saw the infrastructure of ICT, that there is a rich library, there is a advanced laboratory where you can do a lot of things. What I could found that as a biotechnology student, the DNA double helical structure was published in 1953. In 2009, I could find that journal in that ICT library. So that was something, richness of that library where you can find the older research and take the references out to make something new. So that was the inclination of the research, doing research was given by ICT. Okay. Then with that aim, I again joined ICT as a student, PhD student in 2014, where I learned about different industrial projects. We build a lot of industrial collaborations like with Mitsubishi, GE Healthcare, Electrolab, then Fodler. So these are the companies whom we have worked together very closely. And once I passed out, okay, I explored those relationships very well to build my next phases of life. And I'm thankful to my partners in IPSM, Mr. Mani and Mr. Mitesh, who has kept trust on me to take out this all learnings and build a new thing. So this is all the things that we have learned in ICT, like adsorption technology, distillation, chromatography, that are part of IPSM. We started with a small R&D center, then we expanded into different technologies, and now we are having a different manufacturing units. So this is something what we have built, what we have learned from ICT, and as always say, ICT is giving a knowledge. Okay, that knowledge can be used to create the wealth. So it helps to amalgamate Sri Saraswati and Sri Lakshmi, that is knowledge and wealth. So I am really thankful to ICT, and I am really thankful to everyone for this award. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Patel. Congratulations once again. Okay, we now come to the second award of the day, which is the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Research. And this award goes to Dr. Shishir Gadam. Dr. Shishir Gadam has done his chemical engineering from ICT in the year 1988, and then he subsequently did his doctorate from the US. He is presently the CTO, the Chief Technical Officer of Cargo Therapeutics in the US. And now we will share a brief presentation about him.
कहते थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू, देंगे वही सलामियाँ। दिल थाम के जहाँ देखेगा एक दिन तेरी भी कामयाबियाँ। करके
Please give them a big hand. Okay, I now request Professor Navnath Hatwate, member BOG, to read out his citation about Dr. Gadam, please.
Congratulations, Dr. Gadam. Dr. Shirish Gadam, a professional par excellence, has been responsible for great esteem in which his alma mater, the Institute of Chemical Technology, is held due to his high degree of integrity, commitment, and professionalism. Dr. Gadam has obtained his Bachelor of Chemical Engineering from ICT, then UDCT in 1988. Subsequently, he completed a Master of Science in Chemical Engineering from West Virginia University in 1990, and then PhD in Chemical Engineering in 1994. After completing the doctoral studies, Dr. Gadam joined Millipore Corporations, where he spent about 3 years before moving to Merck and then Genentech. In 1921, Dr. Gadam had joined Syncopation Life Sciences as a chief technical officer. Dr. Gadam has developed a world-class team of 200 engineers and scientists responsible for development of transformative CAR T cell therapy products like Breyanziles for the treatment of large B-cell lymphoma and Abecma for the treatment of patients with multiple myeloma. In particular, CAR T cell therapy is a breakthrough treatment where patients' T cells are reprogrammed ex vivos and infused back into the patients who fight off with the cancers. The peak revenue of Abecma and Breyanziles are projected to reach $1 and $3 billion respectively. Dr. Gadam also contributed to development and global approval of Gardasil's vaccines, which is widely administered throughout the world, resulting in significantly reduced incidence of cervical cancers, as well as over dozens of monoclonal antibodies, including Avastin, Rituxan, Herceptin, Acterma, Ocrevus, Perjeta. Overall, he has managed over 50 technology transfer, resulting in a broad access to medical treatment globally. Dr. Gadam has conferred several awards and honors, including elections to the College Fellow at the American Institute for Medical and Biological Engineering, Outstanding Contributions Award, and Key Talent Award in his employers like Genentech, Roche, and Merck. He has also contributed immensely to numerous regulatory submissions to enable scale-up and post-approval changes, site transfers, and new launches. Apart from his number of contributions to invited talk and conference presentations, he has also edited a book on process scale-up bioseparation for biopharmaceutical industries. ICT has benefited greatly from the image of Dr. Shirish D. Gadam and hold him high esteem for his accomplishments. In token thereof and in recognition of his contributions toward enhancing prestige of ICT, it is duly resolved to bestow upon him the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Awards in Research category on this day, the 21st of December 2024. I again congratulate Dr. Gadam. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Navnath. I request Dr. Vaishali to honor Mrs. Gadam with a shawl. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Shishir, stage is yours for your acceptance speech. Thank you.
Good evening, esteemed faculty, fellow alumni, families, guests, students, and all the honorary guests who are present here today. It is such an humbling recognition, to be honest, to be awarded this distinguished alumni award in the research category. And as I walk the halls of ICT, it's just the nostalgic reminiscences start to flow in your mind. First of all, I just want to deeply express my gratitude for ICT to recognize me for this award. And it's particularly remarkable because I know the accomplishments of many others who have walked these halls and graduated from ICT and made immense contributions to humanity. It's particularly a special occasion today because my Thai, my wife, and my brother-in-law are also able to accompany my classmates. That makes it even more special. I also have to have a deep sense of gratitude with many of the professors and faculty over here, and I'm actually particularly pleased to see Professor Sharma, Professor Yadav, and Professor JBJ. Believe it or not, they actually taught us some of the most impactful lessons, not just in chemical engineering, but I would say life lessons. Their encouragement, guidance, and teaching have had a lasting effect on everyone from our class, and I know many generations beyond that. Standing here today, I'm fondly reminded of my time here. I would have been probably the most unlikely person to enter this reputed institute from a little town of Bede. And the only reason I came here is because I happened to score the appropriate marks necessary at that time in my 12th grade. Once I got over the initial intimidations and fear that I think this institute inevitably gives you in the first few days, it became clear to me that this institute is special and it opens the doors to a world of opportunities. And that was clear to me even the first time I came here. Fast forward 4 decades later now, I'm have been able to really have a very fulfilling career, having developed 14 different life-saving medicines, vaccines, biologics, and cell therapy treatments that have served billions of people in the world. And I'm particularly proud to have worked on Gardasil vaccine that has been administered to nearly 1 billion women around the world, and also cell therapy treatments for patients with cancer who alternately have no other option. You might wonder, how did I go from chemical engineering to these types of biotechnology development products? And when people ask me that question, I often tell them it's not really the subjects you learn during your chemical engineering, it's the teachings and the learnings and the skills you get from being at ICT. And I'll share with you 3 quick ones. First, ICT taught you to work hard and be disciplined in your pursuit. Getting good grades in ICT was no easy task. You had to put in your hours, you had to work really hard. Second, ICT taught me how to be a good problem solver and how to be a creative thinker. Chemical engineering was a means to develop those skills, but it's those skills that have served me well in all of my life. Solving problems with MEBC class with Professor J.B.G. Shi, I remember being encouraged to think about different ways, encouraging to take risk so that you can be wrong about your solution, but you might learn a different skill. And lastly, and probably the most importantly, ICT taught us all to be a lifelong learner. The learning process doesn't end, and I think that's probably the most important one. It was here in these classrooms where I learned not only the fundamentals of science and engineering, but these different lessons through subjects such as CRE, or chemical process control, or multi-phase reactors, and those have had lasting effect on my life as well as everyone else. I take the opportunity to really deeply express my gratitude again with ICT for recognizing me. And for the students in the audience, I would also just encourage you to keep 2 things in mind. One, as long as you are learning, you're on the right track. And second, as long as you connect with the deeper purpose of what you're trying to pursue and make sure that you are doing work that truly, truly motivates you and connects with a deeper purpose, success is only going to follow. Thank you so much.
Thank you and congratulations, Dr. Gadam. Great. We now come to the third award, which is the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Research. And this award goes to Dr. Rahul Warke. Congratulations. So Dr. Rahul Warke has done his MSc Microbiology, his PhD Microbiology from ICT in the year 2000, PhD in the year 2004. He is presently the Director R&D Microbiology at High Media Laboratories Private Limited. Now let's hear a presentation about him. And thank you for joining us, Mrs. Warke.
कहते थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू देंगे वही सलामियाँ दिल थाम के जहाँ देखेगा एक दिन तेरी भी कामयाबियाँ करके दिखा कमाल वो आके ज़मीं पे दे के जाए आसमां शाबाशियाँ 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 शाबाशियाँ
Please give them a big hand. Okay, can I now request Professor Srirang Joshi to read out the citation for this award?
Congratulations, Dr. Rahul Warke. Dr. Rahul Warke, a professional par excellence, has been responsible for the great esteem in which his alma mater, the India Institute of Chemical Technology, is held due to his high degree of integrity, commitment, and professionalism. Dr. Warke obtained his BSc Microbiology and Biotechnology from Ramnarayan Ruia College, University of Mumbai. Subsequently, he completed the Master of Science degree in 1999 and then the PhD Science in Microbiology in 2004, both from ICT. After completing the doctoral studies, he joined High Media Laboratories Private Limited, where currently he holds the position of Director R&D. He is also Technical Director at Warkem Biotech Ambernath. Dr. Warke has always believed in developing in-house technologies through continuous research. He has been instrumental in developing vegetable-based peptones named HiVeg, peptones over 1,500 HiVeg media, and around 20 vegetable-based raw materials, replacing the complete range of animal peptones. A key achievement can be referred as encapsulated media, high NCAP, specially developed as per the Indian pharma need. Under his leadership, High Media was the first to introduce a granulation technology for media preparation in India. Understanding the changing trend in the clinical AMR testing, he also developed gradient technology-based Easy MIC, a time-saving technology for antimicrobial testing. Dr. Warke has been conferred several awards and honors, including the life membership of the American Society of Microbiology, contribution as expert member of Technical Committee of International Standards Organization for the development of standards for food microbiology, and also technical expert to Sectional Committee of the Bureau of Indian Standards. Dr. Warke has contributed to 8 patents and also over 10 publications in journals of repute. Dr. Warke has been supporting ICT in many ways, including support for infrastructure, as well as the students working for the master's and doctoral work, both in terms of technical guidance and financial support. A specific mention needs to be made for the support made to the PhD projects under the Prime Minister's Research Fellowship, where an industry partner is mandatory. He has been benefited greatly from the image of Dr. Rahul G. Warke and holds him in high esteem for his accomplishments. In token thereof, and in recognition of his contribution towards enhancing the prestige of ICT, it is duly resolved to bestow upon him the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Research on this day, 21st December 2024.
Thank you, Dr. Joshi. Okay. I now request Dr. Rahul Warke to give his acceptance speech.
So good evening, esteemed faculty, chief guests, and honorary, my teachers and gurus here. I wrote a speech, but I don't think I'm going to use it because there are so many emotions which has flown through this in the last 2-3 hours that I have spent almost a decade over here. I was a student of science who thrived in the Institute of Technology. For a student of science to thrive in an Institute of Technology is only possible in a place like UDCity. Because every person, every faculty was always encouraging, was always, so coming from a microbiology background, I was very bad in mathematics. And I would spend some time in the Department of Statistics trying to understand the basics of maths and statistics, which helped me a lot. So after working in ICT, UDCity, I joined the industry. But the biggest credit of my time and career of my life goes to my professor, Professor M.Y. Kamath. His patience is legendary with me, and he's been very patient. I used to come up with all different kinds of research, and he would always encourage me. So to give you a small story, I was doing research. I came up and told him, sir, why not? This is the 1997, 98, when everybody used to consume a tobacco-based product called as gutka. And I said, sir, can I do some research on this? And he was saying, why? But he eventually agreed. And together we found out some aflatoxins, mycotoxins, hepatocarcinogens in gutka, being from a food technology lab. And this citation, this publication was eventually used by FDA to ban gutka in the state of Maharashtra. So so after finishing my master's, he said, he didn't want me to come back for PhD. He said, you come to me with all the problems. So I came to him with a problem on bacteria found in the gut, which cause diarrheal diseases. So he said, okay, you carry on, but I don't have much support because ICT is not equipped to handle pathogenic cultures. So you're on your own. And this eventually led to this didn't lead to an outbreak. There was an outbreak in 98, 99 in Ulhasnagar of cholera. And we covered that outbreak. So those cultures were wanted by the US Defense because they wanted to study what are the possible biological warfare agents in India. So with those cultures and permission of Doshi sir, I was able to go and work in Walter Reed Army Institute of Research, where we used these strains and developed new diagnostic techniques for cholera and other biological warfare things. So to make you understand that anything can come out of this institute. Now, imagining banning Gutka from UD doing work on biological weapons in UD was something we are not aware of. But this is where science thrives. And this took me into the industry when I joined UD when I joined High Media. So High Media was already living a dream of Make in India. And the Viksit Bharat dream is still a part of my organization. And we all are going to be a part of this Viksit Bharat, where we all will be facing a lot of problems, the new world problems. And after working there, I developed a few products. Few of my favorite products were the animal-free media, which Sir talked about. And this was, again, the necessity was there. It was more of a serendipity where people wanted a product to get away from the mad cow disease in the vaccine and the biopharmaceutical industry. But I developed this product to cater to that needs. But today, the biggest requirement of this product is to is a replacement for carbon footprint, because this product has 20 times less carbon footprints than an animal-based products. So all the industry, especially the probiotics, biopharmaceutical, pharmaceutical, they are jumping onto this product because it saves carbon footprints, and they actually make money by saving carbon credits. So India has emerged as one of the biggest exporter of these animal-free medias to be used in the vaccine and biopharmaceutical company as far as microbiology is concerned. And I'm sure this will also make one step towards Viksit Bharat. So with the new developments in science, the next focus is on the great microbiome. Microbiome is going to open up a lot of things for mankind. The things which we ignored over the years are now going to be different. As a microbiology student, this is the best time for a microbiologist to thrive. We have been able to open up so many things because of cheaper molecular techniques. Molecular biology is affordable now. You can get a sample of your gut analyzed for 4,000 rupees. From that, you can come to know what your gut is. And there lies a lot of answers to the diseases we'll be able to take care in the future. Even being an agrarian economy country, we have only focused on chemical and elemental fertilizers for plants. We have never thought about soil or the microbes in the soil. Of course, we did before. Our ancestors used to focus on the soil, and they used to do a lot of organic methods. But now we are able to develop products where we can focus on specific microbiomes of the soil, and I have come up with similar products, and that's going to be my next journey for the next couple of years. So I would like to thank the faculty. I would like to thank my parents, my wife. She's been a big support. And just to end this up, UD is my alma mater, but it is just not my alma mater. It's a crucible in which my life was made. And here I learned how to work and get access to things and value the resources which we get. When I was in ICT, every resource was valued by us students. We didn't have much access to many resources, but as a research student, we would distill our own solvents, we would make our own media. So valuing these resources and thriving in these environments really taught me how to move ahead in life. So thank you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Varke, and congratulations once again. Now, I would like to call upon Ms. Sanskriti Dingre from second year surface coatings to amaze us with her performance.
Hello.
तेरी पवन ढूंढे किसे तेरा मन चलते तेरा सजन हो एरी पवन ढूंढे किसे तेरा मन चलते चलते बादल से तेरा क्या है कुछ नाता हो बादल से तेरा क्या है कुछ नाता काहे झूमे नाचे गाए काहे झूमे नाचे गाए आए जब सावन बावरी से तू फिरे कौन है तेरा सजन हो एरी पवन ढूंढे किसे तेरा मन चलते चलते मन के द्वारे से चोरी चुपके से हो मन के द्वारे से चोरी चुपके से सपनों की तू पायल बांधे सपनों की तू पायल बांधे गुजरे चनन चन बावरी सी तू फिरे कौन है तेरा सजन हो एरी पवन ढूंढे किसे तेरा मन चलते चलते एक अकेली तू मेरी सहेली तू हो एक अकेली तू मेरी सहेली तू जिसका कोई साथी नहीं जिसका कोई साथी नहीं उसका क्या जीवन बावरी से तू फिरे कौन है तेरा सजन हो एरी पवन ढूंढे किसे तेरा मन चलते चलते एरी पवन ढूंढे किसे तेरा मन थैंक यू
Thank you, Sanskriti. A spellbinding performance there. Okay, we now go to the next award, which is the fourth award of the day. This is the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Academics. And this award goes to Professor Prakash Mahanwar. Congratulations, sir. So Professor Prakash Mahanwar did his BSc Tech, his MSc Tech, PhD in Polymer and Surface Engineering and completed his PhD in the year 1999. Presently, he is serving as the Vice Chancellor, Punya Slok, Ahilya Devi Holkar University since October 23. So let us share a presentation about him. Mrs. Mahanwar is not here today. I think she has an accident. They're there. So why don't you call them? Can I request Professor Mahanwar's son and daughter to join us on stage? And can we start the presentation, please?
कहते थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू, देंगे वही सलामियाँ। दिल थाम के जहाँ देखेगा एक दिन तेरी भी कामयाबियाँ। करके दिखा कमाल वो, आके ज़मीं पे दे के जाए आसमां। शाबाशियाँ, 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 शाबाशियाँ।
Please give Professor Mahanwar and his family a big hand. Now, may I request Professor Telvekar, Vice President BOG UAA, to read out a citation.
Good evening to all of you. I am Professor Telvekar, UAA Vice President. Pleased to read the citation of Professor Mahanwar. Professor Prakash A. Mahanwar, a professional par excellence due to his high degree of integrity, commitment, and professionalism, has been responsible for the great esteem in which his alma mater's Institute of Chemical Technology, ICT, is held. Professor Mahanwar obtained his BSc Tech degree in Plastic Technology in 1991 from then University, and later he joined MS Monopole Chemicals Private Limited for a short stint from October 1991 to February 1992. He came back to ICT to complete his MSc Tech and PhD Tech degrees in Polymer and Surface Engineering in 1994 and 1999 respectively. He joined UDCT as an associate lecturer in March 1992 and has now completed 31 years of teaching, rising to the current position of Senior Professor of Polymer and Surface Engineering. He has also served as head of the department for 2 terms from 2008 to 2009 and 2011 to 2014. He was director of Institute of Distance and Open Learning, it is called IDOL, from August 2022 to October 23 at Mumbai University. Currently, he is on deputation as a Vice Chancellor at Punya Slok Ahilya Devi Holkar, Solapur University from October 2023. He has also been extremely popular teacher among the students. Professor Mahanwar's research interests including recycling of the thermoplastic, developing the effective materials for packaging, industry, grill, paints, using sustainable raw materials and effective utilization of fertilizers in agro industries. Professor Mahanwar completed a number of sponsored projects from various industries. Apart from being a prolific researcher, Professor Mahanwar has also been most sought consultant and has demonstrated significant improvement in the processing of many companies over extended duration. He has also commercialized many technologies related to plastic and paint industry. He has 186 international publications to his credit in addition to 6 granted patents. He has guided 25 doctoral students, 92 master students, and 2 postdoctoral students. Professor Mahanor also received many awards at national level, most important being the Fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Science, Fellow of Indian Chemical Society, Fellow of Color Society, expert member of Department of Science and Industrial Research, TDP Committee, for inspection of the industrial R&D facilities, experts member of Industrial Safety Audit Committee, Government of Maharashtra. ICT has benefited from the image of Professor Prakash A. Mahanor and holds him in high esteem for his accomplishment in token thereof and in recognition of his contribution towards the enhancing the prestiges of ICT. It is duly resolved to bestow upon him the UAE ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Academics on this day, the 21st December 2024.
Thank you, Professor Telvekar. So you can be here for the photo session and then you can. May I request Professor Manwar to give his acceptance speech?
Good evening, respected dignitaries on the dais, members of UAA, my student friends. Indeed, it's a great pleasure to be here to accept an award. In Marathi, we can say Shabaski. One thing is very clear, in Marathi I'll say, घरातल्या लोकांनी दिलेली शाबासकी आणि तेही घरातल्या मोठ्या लोकांनी दिलेली शाबासकी ही बाकीच्या सगळ्या दुनियेतल्या सगळ्या अवॉर्डपेक्षा मोठी असते. मी या संस्थेमधला विद्यार्थी आणि कर्मचारी राहिलो. मला इथं सांगायला आनंद होईल, कारण ज्या व्यक्तीने माझं आयुष्य बदललं, करिअरची वाट बदलली, त्या माणसासमोर असा अवॉर्ड घेणं ही माझ्यासाठी मोठी सन्मानाची गोष्ट आहे. आणि ती व्यक्ती दुसरं कोणी नसून प्रोफेसर M.M. शर्मा आहे. If he wouldn't have given me opportunity to work as associate lecturer way back in 1992, I don't think so I would have been in this particular profession of teaching. He shown faith way back 32 years, and that gave me a stepping stone to build up my career in the academics. He award I would like to owe to my parents. You have seen my parents in the photographs, and the gurus like Padma Vibhushan Professor M.M. Sharma, Padma Bhushan Professor J.B. Joshi, Padma Shri Professor G.D. Yadav, my PhD guide Professor D.D. Kale, my faculties, my non-teaching staff who supported me throughout for last 30 years, my students who work for me continuously, and the friends like Professor and Dr. Saman, who always boosted me to do something different and different manner. And that's why I could jump out of this institute where my research career was stabilized, but still I jumped out from UDCT to IDOL, which is totally different field for me, and that is administrative activities. And that gave me little boosting, and when I approached to Professor J.B. Joshi for one of the recommendation, and while giving me recommendation, he expressed that you are Vice Chancellor. I don't know what has happened, but then in reality, I became Vice Chancellor. I think, sir, you can express few more things about me, and I can be. So these kind of blessings you need always in your life. And if you have these kind of blessings, and from the institute like ICT, I don't think that you can look back. You always can progress. One thing definitely I can appreciate about UDCT research, ICT research, but still, it's my request for all my fellow colleagues, my friends, let's work out something for global warming problem, which is worldwide problem. Now, we work chemically, working research in chemicals, as a small stepping stone for arresting or finding out way out for this particular reason. I started a scheme at my university, that is Punyasloka Kailavahoka Solapur University. I decided to plant not less than 5 lakh plants before I leave out of Solapur University campus. And as a part of that, already I completed plantation of 62,000 plants in last 4 months, and more than 1,50,000 plants are planted for bamboo, because bamboo is also one of the precious plant for textile industry now is coming up. Secondly, the another project which I had taken up, apart from this activity, I taken up that is the rainwater harvesting. Solapur University has a big area land, more than 550 acres, and it's a dry land. We are now taken up the project for strengthening the water table by channelizing the entire water from the area of university as well as nearby area in a pond which we have almost 16 acres of big pond having just 1 feet depth, which we are going to take it down to 20 feet and expand it. So that will help not only to the university, but for the society who are residing nearby the campus, and that definitely can work out as a help out to the society. I think we UDCTians always work for the technology intensification, and I think one of my friend, his work in microbiology and plant product. I think India reached with the agricultural produce, and we should work out, and we definitely will be very, very strong worldwide for finding the natural product and its utilization for human beings. I don't think so I should take much of a time, but I should thank UAA for considering me for this prestigious award. I always feel I at Solapur University should have such a huge alumni association, and with this particular thinking in mind, I have instituted Solapur University Alumni Association from this year itself, and hope will grow like UAA, because UAA I think completing 75 years, and having a good work for the society altogether and UDCTians altogether. I will not say I remember my nostalgic memories, because I'm still here on the campus, and I will be happy to join what Professor Joshi has mentioned about that PhD programs from Solapur University, also for solving the industry programs. And that's how I will be happy to bring my university, that Punyaslok Ahildev Horkal Solapur University, in NAC A grade and entry in NIRF. And that's how, if I can do that, I think that's what the matter, what I learned from ICT. And if I fail in that, then I think I need to rethink again and again where I fail. But I'm sure I will not fail, because the wishes, best wishes are there from such a stalwarts of ICT. So I hope all of them will definitely support me in my endeavor at Solapur University. I am happy. Last year, I was fortunate to have Professor M.M. Sharma at my university. This year, I am fortunate I will have another Padma Awardee, Padma Bhushan, Professor J.B. Joshi, in short period of time. Other Padma awardees, I will be happy to invite them, guide our university, because our university is just 20-year-old and there is a lot of scope for development. So I will not say Solapur University will be Vikasit University, but Vikasinshil University by the time I complete my tenure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Manwar. Before I announce the fifth and the final award, those of the 1984 batch, if you're still around, later on we would like a group photo after we finish the final felicitation. Okay, now we come to the fifth award, which is the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Academics, and this award goes to Professor Vandana Patrawale. Congratulations, ma'am. She has done her MPharm and PhD Tech in Pharmaceuticals and PhD in the year 1992. She is a senior professor in pharmaceuticals at ICT since March 22. And we welcome also Mr. Patrawale on stage. Meantime, we could have the presentation, please.
कहते थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू, देंगे वही सलामियाँ। दिल थाम के जहाँ देखेगा एक दिन तेरी भी कामयाबियाँ। करके दिखा कमाल वो, आके ज़मीं पे दे के जाए आसमां। शाबाशियाँ, 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 शाबाशियाँ।
So please give them a big hand. I now request Professor Hemchandra Chowdhury, member BOG, and also co-member of the selection committee to please read out her citation. Thank you.
Good evening to one and all. It's my pleasure to read the citation of Professor Vandana Patrawale. Professor Vandana B. Patrawale, a professional par excellence due to her high degree of integrity, commitment, and professionalism, has been responsible for the great esteem in which her alma mater, Institute of Chemical Technology, ICT, is held. Professor Patrawale completed B.Pharm in 1985 and M.Pharm in Pharmaceutics in 1987 and subsequently completed PhD Tech in Pharmaceutics in 1992 from UDCT ICT. Immediately after completing doctoral program, Professor Patrawale joined UDCT as a lecturer in pharmaceutics and has now completed almost 33 years of teaching, rising to the current position of senior professor to pharmaceutics. Professor Patrawale research interests include novel drug delivery strategies, mainly colloidal drug delivery system for solubilization, increase in viability and or targeting, medical devices development with coronary stains, intrauterine devices, etc.,
nanodiagnostic, use of indigenous excipients, cosmeceuticals, and modified release dosage form for all routes of administration. She has implemented over 59 national international projects with funding support from the government private sectors. The outcome of her research is well recognized from the market translation of 20 plus technologies, some of them being first in the world and being sold in more than 65 countries. She has about 115 international and national publications to her credit, in addition to 31 granted patents. She guided 2 postdoctoral and 47 doctoral students so far, adding to 98 successfully guided master students. Apart from being prolific researcher, Professor Patrawale has also been most sought consultant and has demonstrated significant improvements for many companies over extended duration. Professor Patrawale has also been an extremely popular teacher, winning the Best Teacher Award of the Institute for 3 times. Professor Patrawale has also received many awards at national level, most important being ranked as the top 2% most cited scientist in a list published by Stanford University for last 4 consecutive years. Listing in AD Scientific Index 2023 with first rank in ICT in the category of medical and health sciences and pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences. Gandhian Young Technological Innovation Awards in year 2018-2020. OPPI Women Scientist Award in 2015, Vedalakshi Arogik Samshodhan Vikas Kendra Vasvik in 2015, recognition as top healthcare leaders global by World Health and Wellness Congress in year 2022 and 2023. And the Dr. P.D. Patil Best Pharmaceutical Scientist for the Year Award 2014. She is also elected Fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Science in 2011, Indian National Academy of Engineering and Indian National Science Academy, INSA, both in 2024. ICT has benefited from the image of Professor Vandana B. Patrawale and hold her in high esteem for her accomplishment in token thereof and in recognition of her contribution towards enhancing the prestige of ICT. It is duly resolved to bestow upon her the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Academy on this day, the 21st December 2024. Congratulations, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Chaudhary. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So, ma'am, may I request you to give your acceptance speech?
Namaste and good evening. Really, I am humbled and honored to receive this UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award in academics category. I would say it is due to blessings of my parents, late
Professor H.L. Bhalla and Mrs. Swadesh Bhalla, my gurus and mentors, of course, my family includes Dr. Bharat Patravale, Dr. Tanmay, and Dr. Shamya, and also my extended family, which is most important for me, that is my VBP research group, which I say VBP family. In fact, I can see that not only my kids, but my grandkids are also present in the audience, and that says it all. My journey, of course, in ICT has been since 1985 when I joined as master's student. And I've seen all the changes of UDCT to MUICT, UICT to ICT, and similarly seen all the administrative changes, from Professor M.M. Sharma. Of course, Professor Rege was there as director then, but Professor Sharma, and Professor Yadav, Professor Joshi, and now Professor Pandit. And all these you would have seen in my slides are actually my role models. Professor Sharma, the day I joined ICT and we heard few speeches, I thought, oh my God, this Professor Sharma used to remember each and every student's name then. And I'm sure now also he remembers all the names. Not only that, we used to see him very often in library, and of course he had to pass through pharma corridors. So we used to meet him very often, knowing about up-to-date information about each and every journal and each and every field, so many branches in ICT, and he could talk about anything. One very important advice he gave me when I got married: do not stay in quarters. It would be difficult for you later to find a flat of this size. And I really took upon it. And of course, my husband, whom I met here at ICT, saw to it that we were not on campus, right? For some time, we stayed in Kalina campus, but then later on, we shifted to Andheri. So that advice, something which is very, very dear to my heart. Professor Joshi was very responsible for my research publication. I still remember, I do not know whether he remembers, when it was my reader interview, he said, everything seems okay, but your publication score is low. And can you promise me that you'll give me 5 publications every year? Sir, I've kept that promise. Until now, I'm giving at least double the number, 10 publications per year. So that's where I got the boost from. Thank you so much, sir. Of course, Professor Yadav has been my supporter, very, very strong supporter. And this particular nomination has been from persistent efforts of Professor Yadav as well as Professor Rekha Singhal. So I'm really, really indebted to them for everything. Professor Yadav told me, in Hindi, if I have to say, संभव से आगे निकल जाओ, असंभव भी हासिल कर लोगे. Impossible is not in his dictionary, and I've taken that message from him, that impossible is not also in my dictionary now. So definitely, thank you so much, sir, for everything you've been doing. And of course, another thing which I'll say is our Chancellor, ex-Chancellor, Professor Mashelkar, Dr. Mashelkar, he came and told, in one of the lectures that why is it that ICT is not writing Bill Melinda Gates projects? That gave me that, yes, I should write, and first attempt, and we got Bill Melinda Gates proposal. Professor Sharma said, why is no one working on vaccines here? I don't see any posters. And that's what gave us impetus, and really glad to say that we could develop intranasal COVID vaccine also, after, of course, brucellosis vaccine, which we developed on Bill and Melinda Gates. So such have been our role models. We don't have to seek them outside. We have it here at ICT. Of course, like these administrative changes at
level of university, we also transitioned at department level from Professor V.M. Kulkarni, whom I can see, Professor Kulkarni, and then we had Dr. Akamanji, Professor Padma Devarajan, and then Professor Mariam, and now Professor Joshi. All of them have given excellent support. I mean, I don't have words to say that whatever was needed was provided to us. All our points were well taken. Until today, we are getting that support, not only from department heads, but by department colleagues have been my backbone, I would say. So, all in all, time really has been spent very well here. So, moving ahead, definitely research would go on. I'm focusing on devices now. So I've taken another challenge, and that challenge is to make artificial heart walls. So that is one. And secondly, because my father, Professor Bhalla, he had Alzheimer's, so definitely I need to do something for Alzheimer's. And with that note, I would definitely express my gratitude once again to UAA for bestowing this honor on me. And I would like to announce that in memory of Professor H.L. Bhalla, to UAA will transfer rupees 1 lakh. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Patravale, and congratulations once again. As we have come to the end of today's celebrations and program, may I request Dr. Tippanna Mariappa, Honorary Secretary of UDCity Alumni Association, to propose the official vote of thanks.
Good evening to everyone. Congratulations to the award winners. Professor J.B. Joshi, Chancellor ICT, Professor M.M. Sharma, Professor G.D. Yadav, President Vijay Sane, past presidents of Alumni Association, award winners, faculty, alumni, and students. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this evening. On behalf of UDCity Alumni Association, BOG members, I would like to officially thank Professor J.B. Joshi, the Chancellor ICT, for taking time from his busy schedule and being part of this event. I would like to thank today's all award winners, Professor Prakash Manwar, Professor Vadna Prataravale, Dr. Sisir Gadam, Dr. Rahul Warke, and Dr. Bhavin Patel. We also would like to thank to their friends, family members who are being present at this function and made this event a grand success. A special thanks to Professor M.M. Sharma, Professor G.D. Yadav, and all other faculty members, advisory board members, search and selection committee, UDCity alumni, BOG members, UDCity alumni, students, everybody who attended this function and made event a grand success. Thank you, Adya, Prab, and Sanskriti Dingre for the wonderful performance and making the event more colorful. We really enjoyed their play. Thank you, Mr. Milind Talati and Miss Adya Chogle for the presentation and wonderful hosting today's events. Last but not least, the special thanks to our student alumni representative, Ms. Adya Chogle, Ms. Nishit Abroz, Mr. Aniruddha Chetiyar, and all volunteers who have worked tirelessly for past several days to popularize the program and ensure the smooth running of today's function. Thank you the ICT administration for providing the support and the logistics. Thank you the UA staffs, Mr. Sanket Jagtap, Ms. Sangeeta Mane, Ms. Sally Bere for their support and managing the day-to-day affairs for this function. With all this, now I would like to request everybody to stand up for the Vande Mataram songs. I request everybody to join for dinner.
If the batch of 1984 is available, please come on stage for the group photo. I also request all the BOG members to come on stage for the group photo.